Are you ready? Because if you're not ready for the getting an experience here, because every talk is an experience, I just wanted to have a little bit of a clap. Are you ready? Come on, that's Laura, are you ready? Good. Because if not, you need to have more coffee. Who of you had coffee in the morning today? Okay. When you were at breakfast, for sure. But what makes the difference? People spending $5,000 on a handbag or line up for a $7 coffee. So either you had one of those, but what's the difference? What's the difference of this brand? Why? Why do they sell? It's the same. I can tell you it's not the coffee in there. And it's not the product. It is the experience. You know that they always wrote the wrong name. So usually I say, oh, my name is Jay, because I thought it's easier than to write Jasmin. And now that stands C-H-A-Y. I say, Jay. And you know, it's easy. J-A-Y. Always spelling it wrong. So this was because they wanted to create as well the experience. You said, oh, good. But you photograph it and you put it in social media because you find it very interesting. They're standing in line. You need to choose. You need to choose what you wanted to have, new flavors, new special editions. And now that comes as well into the digital world. And here comes the fun part. This is called a Galaxy skin. Now, this could spoil a little bit for which product it was available. This you could not buy. Was not able to buy this. But who of you know which game it was made for? Who was it? You speak German? Perfect. You just won a book? My book? Perfect, so it's Fortnite. And this is where the topic begins. That's me. I'm Jasmin D. Karatas. The nerds of you will know the D stands for. Maybe you look into here, then you'll recognize it for sure. I'm a multi-passionate nerd, gamer, and geek. I grew up with Doom. I grew up with Quake. I grew up with Wolfenstein 3D, which is, yeah, you should look it up maybe. Because my brother is 4.5 years older than me. I grew up with computer games. Who of you have a passion? Come on, a passion doesn't need to be work. Perfect. Then you know what it is about, right? This passion, what keeps you thriving further and further. So one day I dealing with product design and then I thought, how can we even marketing it better? Then I found the book of Jane McGonigal, Why Reality is Broken and Games Can Change the World. So this talk will be a lot about this. So I'm a gamification expert in gaming and branding, and I live in between business and gaming. So non-endemic and endemic branding. And I love One Piece. I believe in dreams like Monkey D. Ruffy. Yeah, woo! Give it up for Monkey D. Ruffy. I love him. This is so much cool. So today we talk about the new luxury experience. It will not be per definition about luxury, but why and how can you make your product feel more than it actually is like? Because that is what we can learn from games, and that is the gamification I do. And there comes the answer with the skin. It was for Fortnite to reach new customers, and you just could get it when you bought a phone, a Galaxy or a Galaxy Note 9. The same does Jimmy Choo do with the new Sailor Moon edition. I got cards, trading cards. They are now more worthy than actually the bag itself. You can look it up on eBay. So they do the same. There is something you cannot buy with money. So luxury is no longer, luxury in brackets, right? Is no longer about owning things. It is about how it makes a customer feel. So 70% of our consumers choose brands on emotional connections, not just the price. If you go down the price, you are comparable. An experience you cannot pay with money. A coffee you can pay with money, but not the experience you buy with it. Brands focused on customer experience. They have 1.6 higher customer life value and 2 more, so they're on average 2 times more loyal. If you count that, you have returning customers, which gives you a 25% of profit increase. And now you're sitting from e-commerce. You say, oh, I wanted to have returning customers. But the returning customers are not coming into your shop if you're not building your brand the right way, if you're not building the experience outside, maybe your ecosystem. And unfortunately, you not always can measure that. I know you wanted to have the ROI, you wanted to have all the funnels and so on, and all the KPIs. I have to tell you, it's not always easy to measure it. So the challenge is crafting meaningful emotions in a digital world. The answer, obviously, games and gamification. If that were not my answer, right, I shouldn't stand here on stage. But luxury, nerds, and gaming both succeed by creating emotional connections in immersive experience. How? And I told you the story about Sailor Moon before and with the trading cards, right? So now this is something what Jimmy Choo in the luxury brand did, but actually, who of you know the lipstick effect? Heard of that before? It means you buy, because at the moment we are seeing that people don't have the money anymore. You buy a little item which lets you feel luxury, exclusive. And it doesn't cost you a fortune like this bag I have at home of Luna, the cat. So that is what actually is very important to keep in mind for you guys. So in games, experience is what you buy. It's not a product. Because a game just exists when you play it. And that's important for you to understand. Your products are bought not just because of a functional reason most of the time. It's bought because people want to see something in it. So let's dive into Lego. Anybody has Lego at home? Or kids? Hands? Good. So Lego, if you're looking at the numbers of the 13% in revenue, because at the moment, usually toys going down, but Lego goes up. And you see, it's still #1 brand. It's not just to their products, because their products usually are getting worse. And they're building a lot of apps. So how did they do that? Because they need to go into new areas. What they did is to build 2 new Fortnites. Again, Fortnite. And this is cool. I hope it's Brick Life.
Look good, feel good. Everybody wishing that they could. But let me show you I'm up next. I'm something you not. I'm feeling fresh, fresh. Head to toe, I'm feeling. Yeah. Got a few tricks up my sleeve. I'm feeling fresh, fresh. Head to toe, I'm feeling fresh, fresh. Let them know I'm here to flex, flex. Thought they told you I'm the fresh, 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 fresh. I'm feeling fresh.
So they didn't start with that. They started with an island. So you can start for free on Fortnite building your own islands, by the way. This is now a collab. They started with to experiment around it with kitties, cats, a cat island where you need to care about cats. Now what they tried to do with this one, because they had beforehand something more of a survival game in it, this is kind of the meta they wanted to build to bring the life of Lego playable and of the movies playable within games. Why do they do that? Because it's a digital emotion as well, bringing it back to products. Bringing it back to new products which are not bought by children. Who do you think buy them? A best guess? You? You would buy them? Good. People like me. People like you. Because the average gamer in Germany is not 12 or 19. The average gamer is 36.4 years old. And in average in the total world is, I think, 32. And there is, because we always think it's just male, it's not true. 48% are female and 52% are male. And now I'm grown up, right? I can spend my money for really, really expensive Lego stuff I love because I grew up with it. Now they're building the new customers because they grew up with them. Last year when I went to the Gamescom, they had a huge booth. And everybody was standing there because they wanted to collect. Every day there was a different kind of mini Lego set. Everybody came there and built their own Lego set. It's not just collecting. It's like you needed to choose the right bricks. You needed to flunge it together and you took it with you. And they showcased what has as well, or had as well, to do with this nerddom. I know now this might sound odd because you're thinking, what does gaming to do have to do with my normal e-commerce? Experience. I give you later a method, what I use, that you'll be able to build it over and over again what I do. But they're not stopping there, Lego. Lego does apps. So you see here Horizon, for instance. Horizon is a game as well. To build it, they try to, using IPs, building it over. Super Mario the same, Star Wars the same, Fortnite the same. They try to have an omni-channel representation. And that leading back to the revenue. You not can directly measure it, but you can see that is rising and still rising. And they will have brand loyalty. And that's what you wanted to have. Because customers buy if they love your brand, if they love your product. They don't buy it if it's comparable to others. If Lego wouldn't have done that, you would go to Mega Bricks or Blue Bricks because they have better quality. Sorry to say, but my opinion. That's not just mine. The example of Coca-Cola. You know Coca-Cola, right? Okay, no, you know. Yes, good. I was a little bit afraid that nobody drinks Coca-Cola anymore. Did you know that they brought out a Coca-Cola which should taste like Bite? They put it a flavor. And that was the start of AI-driven recipes. Again, here, because Fortnite is big, I don't want to make a lot on Fortnite advertisement, no. But because they have an open system, and because this is what the target group is like, they put it this as an experience. You needed to find a way around to find the right pixel, then you were able to find the right bite. And you can drink and enjoy the Coca-Cola and look how digital bites tastes. It was awkward, but still, it was fun to make. It's not the most and best experience. Sometimes you're not, it will not convey completely into sales. But if you're not trying it, there's no buzz around you. And that's how they try to make it as well, again, into an app, to bring it into virtual reality, to make another kind of experience around it, to give users a different kind of perspective. The same goes with League of Legends. So they're building a lot of limited editions. And what they do is not just to, oh, here you have the Coke. They try to build a complete experience within the ecosystems where the customers are. And that is quite important to understand. They're not saying, oh, please come to my e-commerce store and buy my products. They're building beforehand an experience, and then they bring you within that experience May into the e-commerce or into point of sales. And my one beloved example is Lush. Who of you owns Lush at home? Good, at least some. So what they try to build, and Lush is really fantastic in building as well, new products based on IPs. I'll bring that. doesn't work anymore. What I wanted to say to you is, or bring to you is, right, this is a very analog way. Soaps are usually just soaps. There's not a lot of experience, right? You wash your hands, you shower with it, that's it, normally. But Lush asked themselves, how does Minecraft taste like? How does it smell like? How does TNT smell like, for instance? How do I bring that into products? And they invite their customers, not only in the stores, because in the stores they can build a sensory experience. How does it smell? How does it feel? You make your own kind of soap. And the fun part is that if you're buying it in e-commerce, you buy it in your local store, because your local store make the products not for you, but they will send it to you. And this is an example how they work together with Minecraft. So they build exclusive new products for that IP and build a new add-on here in Minecraft. So because they wanted always to have new customers and invite them to experience their products. So they built an add-on which was completely free to use. It was not in collaboration with Minecraft, but it was for Minecraft, where there was a trader, a Lush trader, with a stand in it, and you could buy it, or you could craft the ingredients and build in your own soap. And you could throw it into the water, and then it made some magic, and so on and so forth. And then it's very interesting, because they were able to educate the user while they're playing. So there was this bath bomb, so-called, and if they were interested, you could buy it. It was able to come from Minecraft over to buy it. And that is something what experience is about. How does the user feel with how does it really look like? Or even just evoke how maybe, like you want them to feel. And with Super Mario, it was the same. And here comes a little bit of the gamification part. And I need to explain to you in a second what my part of gamification is. Because points, badges, and leaderboards is the same like coffee. It makes it comparable. Everybody has a loyalty system with points, fucking badges, and stupid leaderboards. I tell you, if everybody has it, it's not unique anymore. So what Lush did, they had the soap with the question mark. If you ever played Mario, you know that you're getting some random rewards out of that. And so they built a soap, 6 soaps, which were in the soap together. So when it disappeared in water, you were left with the hard soap, which you were able to collect. You could upload to the app, and you could get an extra reward to bring back users, and that you need to buy more and more. So that is a very smart way. And it brought them always new, innovative stuff, where people want to explore, where the people wanted to experience how does it smell like. Because, like you're having a bath, you dissolve it, you wanted to see how it dissolves. And the fun part about this one is as well, that Lush doesn't even make any own social media, nothing. They are on social media, but everything is UGC. Everything done by their users. So, but Jasmin, how do you design such an experience? How do you design emotions? So I brought you something. The brand XP method. Designing customer experience like a game. Because my point on gamification is not, as I said, points, badges, and leaderboards. Who could guess that? That is about emotions and experiences, because I had the whole talk about that. It is. And I will tell you everything what I can do, and there's a downloadable link later. So there are only 6 steps for a brand. And the 6 steps, the first one, most important one, the emotional experience. There are 3 questions you need to answer, and I know you probably do. So, what is the emotional journey when interacting with your brand? On e-commerce, we try as fast as possible to bring user from our product to buy it. But how do they interact beforehand? How do you bring them to in the funnel? What is the experience? How do you create it? What kind of emotional journey do you want it to evoke? What kind of emotions? Do you use any sensory elements? I know it's hard in digital, but sometimes you have it afterwards when the product is delivered. That is something you could think of. People who have Apple, you know how it is to unpack your Apple when you get it, right? That is what you as well need to think. It's not just, oh, they bought my product, yay, happy. No, it's as well how they receive it, how is the package. Here outside there are a lot of package providers. They can tell you how important that is. How does it feel like? How does it unpack? Does it feel cheap? Does it feel expensive? Is there something new and novel into it? How does the brand make people feel about themselves? Does it make me feel, fresh, innovative, with the lipstick a little bit more proud, a little bit more different, a little bit more nerdy when I wear this shirt, which I got from Burger King, and because it has Ruffy on the back, I needed to have it, and I needed to taste how the burger was tasting like, because I wanted to know how one-piece Ruffy may taste like, or what his flavor would be. Not Ruffy in per definition, but what he would like to, eat. And the second step is, who are they in your brand's world? I know everybody talks about personas and that stuff. Yeah, for sure, fine. It's good. It's not about demographics. I give you another way of lens. What I use is the Hexa player types. You don't need to photograph it. You can later download the workbook. It's everything in there. The Hexa player types are 6 player types which are based on emotions, which are evoked on different kind of, as well, gamification methods. So you can look it up everything. It's very easy. And if not, call me. I will tell you how easy it is and can help you. But with that, you as well has the young's archetypes, some more psychological branding types, which you can then as well put on the player types. If you not feel too comfortable with the player types, you go with the young archetypes. These are based as well on emotions and physics, not psychology. So I say, cool story, Jay, but you're telling stories. No, most of the time you don't. I'm sorry, I work with marketing, and if I ask somebody who provides coffee, not Starbucks, with milk together you can buy in a shop, the frozen, not frozen, but fridged one, which usually are coming in different colors, coming from Switzerland. I asked them, okay, what's your USP? Why do your people buy your brand? Could you guess the answer? Coffee, because it's coffee in there. And I said, Sherlock, really? That's your product. Coffee and milk. Congrats. But what's the difference between the products? You have so many different products. Why do you have different products? Why is there one for more protein? Why is there one without anything in it? Just, without sugar and stuff. Yeah, right. Because different, target groups. Okay, fun. But what is the story you want to tell? Define the why, and not like Simon Sinek, define the why. As more, what is the transformation like you want to sell? Is it more that you wanted to feel them more energized? Then that's the USP. If you wanted to feel them more included in a special kind of a way, then that's the story you wanted to tell. It's not, it's coffee. Use brands, world building, to create a deeper connection. You're having a product. In which world is happening this product? Is it somewhere else? Is it in Switzerland? Is it in maybe a gaming area? Where does it happen? Is it having metaphors? Do you have mascots like Salesforce have it? Or we can see like MailChimp has their own monkey, right? They as well have mascots. Have the rituals? What you need to follow? Give customers a role in your brand story, like Lush are doing it. They give the customers the possibility to be ambassadors, to be seen, to be rewarded. Is there a creators club or something? That's what Lego does. They're including their clients, not just in buying, they're in creating. The narrative and brand identity. Again, I know you do. I just wanted to give you a different perspective on it. How do they grow with the brand? How do your customers may evolve? Yesterday I talked to an old kind of brand, which has very old customer base, like in terms of age. They have a problem in 10 years. You know why? Because the people die. How do you get to new customers if you're not making your new brand? How do you let them grow? How do you change maybe a narrative? You can create tiers of engagement where you can say, like Sephora does it, starting with purchased amount and grow how much you purchased and so on. Offer personalized experience like Lush did it. Maybe you wanted to invite them with early access, with premium content. You do, I know, but maybe you need to tie it a little bit better together. Reinforce status and your brand visibility. Maybe with special badges like I have, right? Here, this shows that I'm a VIP kind of way in the breakfast. We feel special. Recognition in a community. This is what we're living from, and that's what gaming is huge in that. You can learn, just look at that. And then, for sure, the engagement loop. Engagement loop is very special because it comes out of the gamification gaming area. So why do your customers stay or even return, which is much better? Introduce seasonal or limited time engagement, like special events or drops. You know that, you know how that works. But again, it needs to be tied to the story, not just introducing, oh yeah, we have no special flavor. Use unexpected rewards. You need to have maybe unlockables, maybe something people don't know beforehand. So now I'm working at the moment with a client building newsletters and a loyalty system on it where you have unlockables, because we want to bring the story even more to people who are loyal to the brand. We wanted to allow the community to co-create, because the brand is not anymore and the product's not anymore about you. It's about a customer, and you know that. I know that you know. Most of you do that. I know this. But, and there comes a big but, is it tied to the meta of your brand, to the story, to the level ups, to the emotions you wanted to evoke, to the special feelings every nerd, every gamer, every one of us know when they're feeling deeply touched by something? So please, do me the favor, don't just create products. Start to create experiences. That's the most important. And if you don't know how to do, there is the download link where you can get your free guide. It's completely free, really, I promise. And if anything works, let me know. And if you want, just follow me on LinkedIn. And that is the end. Maybe not of One Piece, because it will come. Hopefully I will still be alive when it will be ending, because I'm a fucking huge fan of that. And the only other thing I wanted to give you, if you never gamed and you never played a game, you should start, because you can freaking F-word learn a lot out of that. So maybe you should look into that and not saying, oh, I'm such a mature people. We all are children. And that's being creative, right? Thank you.
Thank you for the energetic presentation. I work in luxury fashion, drop shipping.
Yeah.
So with luxury brands, because they're already known, fashion brands, exactly.
I didn't brought that examples, yes.
So they want to play hard to get. How do you enter into games or what you describe with luxury brands for fashion?
For fashion?
Yeah.
To go into fashion or into gaming?
Like we have luxury brands, fashion brands, but they normally don't like to do this kind of thing because it plays down their brand image. So
it's funny because Louis Vuitton,
yeah, they started doing that. They started collaborating.
Starting? It was years before, but
yeah, exactly.
So I would recommend to look at the target users and in Asia, because for instance, League of Legends is quite big in Asia, usually looking more into the Asian markets, the luxury brands.
Yeah. In Asia, it's totally different. The Asian consumer in China is totally different.
But the same goes with Germany, because or with European market. So if you wanted to give them some examples, what a lot of other did, you should do. Because the brand experience you can extend, and it's sold out immediately. So if they're behind it, it's not about just the branding, it's about as well, how do you want brands to be felt, observed like, and so on and so forth. So it's hard to tell. You need to look into what the brand is about, and then you can tell them how they could go into that area.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.